Have you ever come across a passage in the Bible that makes you stop and wonder? Among all the mysteries of the ancient world, perhaps none are as provocative as the record of the Nephilim. There were giants on the earth in those days. Genesis 6:4. Men standing over 9 or 10 feet tall, possessing 6 fingers on each hand, and sleeping in iron beds 13 feet long. The Bible doesn't present them as mere mythological monsters, but as historical figures woven into the fabric of human origins. Who were they, and why aren't they here today? Today, we're moving past the wild conspiracy theories to track the reality of these lost giants through biblical and historical records. 1. Who were the Nephilim? In the very first book of the Bible, Genesis chapter 6, verse 4, we find a direct record of these mysterious beings. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. Genesis 6:4. This suggests they weren't just tall. They were likely the ruling elite of the pre-flood world, possessing extraordinary physical and intellectual power. Think back to our previous look at ancient longevity. In an era where humans lived over 900 years, the human genome was far more pristine than it is today. With minimal genetic mutations, it's biologically possible that certain traits for extreme size and strength were concentrated in specific lineages. In this context, these giants become a fascinating biological possibility rather than just a tall tale. 2. Survival after the flood. Now here is the question that sharpens the debate. If the Great Flood wiped out all of humanity except for those on the ark, how did the giants reappear? Interestingly, the Bible continues to report giants long after the flood, the sons of Anak in Canaan and the infamous Goliath. Most scholars point to genetic transmission as the answer. It is highly probable that the genetic markers for the Nephilim were carried through the lineages of Noah's daughters-in-law. The Bible even provides a subtle clue in Genesis 6:4, stating, "There were Nephilim on the earth in those days, and also afterward." This suggests that while the flood was a total judgment, the genetic potential for these traits reappeared as humanity began to multiply and drift back into the ancient patterns of the pre-flood world. 3. The 13-foot bed and polydactyly. The biblical records are remarkably specific. Deuteronomy chapter 3 describes the iron bed of King Og of Bashan. It was 13.5 feet long and 6 feet wide. Furthermore, the record in 2 Samuel 21:20 mentions a giant from Gath who had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, a condition known as polydactyly. The fact that the text records specific measurements and unique physical anomalies suggests we are looking at eyewitness testimonies, not just poetic metaphors. 4. Why did they vanish? Why are they gone today? First, genetic decay. Over millennia, the pristine human genome accumulated mutations, and these extraordinary giant traits simply faded away. Second, survival. In the resource-scarce world after the flood, a massive body became a disadvantage, requiring too much energy to sustain. And finally, warfare. As recorded in history, these giants were eventually defeated and pushed to extinction by surrounding nations. 5. The message. What is true strength? The story of the Nephilim reminds us that true strength isn't measured by the height of a man or the size of his muscles. While these giants relied on their fleeting power, history was ultimately won by those who walked with the Creator, like young David standing before Goliath. Are the Nephilim a forgotten chapter of our DNA or a warning from the past? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysteries from the ancient world. Walk with God, and I'll see you in the next video.